Ordering process is critically important for most businesses. Sales order processing can vary from business to business. In the retail industry, there might be one sales process, while in the complex manufacturing business, there might be multiple layers and approval process involved. Sana Commerce is the ERP integrated e-commerce solution. Thus, all sales orders are stored in the ERP system and all calculations are done by ERP. In the ERP systems, there are different sales documents like sales orders and quotes. For example, Microsoft Dynamics AX, there is also such type of a sales document as journal. Sana complies with any individual business process flow. Placement of the quotes orders or quotes with the possibility to convert them into sales orders. All business scenarios are supported by Sana. In this demo, I will tell you about different order processing scenarios supported by Sana from which you can benefit. Let's take a look at some ordering settings in Sana Admin. At first, I will tell you about order processing strategy. These strategies are different approaches on how the shopping cart can be calculated. There are three strategies: default, optimized for fast ordering, and optimized for large orders. The default one performs real-time basket calculation, triggering all available business logic in your ERP system. If you select the one that is optimized for fast ordering, then trade agreements, discounts, and volume prices are not used to calculate the shopping cart. Only when the order is placed, it is recalculated and you can see all actual prices in the order confirmation or order details. This order processing strategy allows to quickly place even very big orders with a lot of order lines, as it does not require specific business logic to be triggered in ERP during basket calculation. The order processing strategy optimized for large orders is available to B2B customers and sales agents, but not for B2C customers, and only if it is included in your Sana license. This order processing strategy is beneficial to those business customers who require the ability to create and process very large orders, still using business logic of the ERP system at full. Using this strategy, business customers are not allowed to edit orders. If you are going to use this order processing strategy, then you also need to set up the synchronized basket type for the web store in your ERP system. This is the type of the sales document in ERP which will be used during the checkout process in the web store for large orders. Let's go back to Sana Admin and talk about other ordering setting, the checkout options. Sana supports 3 order placement types: placing an order, requesting a quote, and you can even allow a customer to choose directly in the web store whether to place an order or to request a quote. Moreover, if a customer requests a quote, it can be converted into a sales order directly from the web store. Let's take a look at different options in more details. If the checkout options setting is set to place orders, then in the web store, a customer will go through a regular checkout process to place an order. If request quotes is selected, then in the web store, a customer will be able to get a quote instead of the sales order and go through the checkout process just like with a regular order. But when you select place orders and request quotes, a customer will have a possibility to choose in the shopping cart whether he or she needs to place an order or to get a quote. If you allow customers to request quotes, you can also allow or forbid your customers to convert quotes into sales orders directly from the Sana web store. There are 2 options on how a quote can be converted into sales order, either in the unattended way, which means automatically with a single click and no extra actions, or with checkout. Using the quote-to-order conversion with checkout, a customer will go through the checkout process again and will be able to change the shipping address, delivery date, and to complete the payment. If unattended conversion type is used, then during the quote-to-order conversion, the checkout process will be skipped. Also, stock levels will not be taken into consideration and pre-selected shipping address will be used. The order will be paid on account if this payment method is used, otherwise it will be left unpaid. If availability of products depend on stock and the customer converts a quote into a sales order, in case some products are not available, a customer will see a notification. In the web store, there are separate pages for quotes and orders, so a customer can easily find what is needed. There is one important thing that you should know about quote to order conversion. You can allow your customers to convert quotes into orders right after the quote has been requested or only after it is checked and approved by the user in the ERP system. This is controlled from ERP. In the webshops table in the ERP system. For example, in this demo, you can see Microsoft Dynamics AX. There is an option Quote Promotable by default. Well, if this ordering option is enabled for the web store in ERP, then a customer will be able to convert a quote into sales order from the quote details page in the web store. But if the option Quote Promotable by default is disabled for the web store in the ERP system, then when a quote is requested by a customer, the button Convert to Order will be disabled on the quote details page. This means that the quote should be checked and approved. In this case, the user in the ERP system should open this quote, review it, and if everything is fine, it can be approved by selecting the checkbox Quote Promotable. Here is, for example, in Microsoft Dynamics AX, there is a checkbox Quotation Promotable under the E-commerce Fast tab. The same checkbox is available, for example, in Microsoft Dynamics NAV, in the Sana Commerce Sales Document fields of the quote. When for the web store in ERP it is set that the quotes should be promotable by default, then those checkboxes on the quotes will be selected by default. So, when the quote has been reviewed and approved, the customer will be able to convert the quote into sales order from the web store. For some businesses, order approval workflow is essential. It is used to enforce the business rules of a company to ensure that all orders are correct and within budget. In the ERP systems, quotes have an expiration date. When a quote is created, its expiration date is set to 1 month by default. If the quote is not processed within the expiration period, it will expire, meaning that a customer will not be able to convert it into a sales order. And the last thing that I would like to tell you about is that to set up order processing, except the ordering settings in Sana Admin, you need to set up the ordering settings for the web store in the ERP system as well. In Sana Admin, you can set up whether to allow customer to place an order, request a quote, or give a customer a possibility to choose whether he needs a quote or a sales order. But this option in Sana Admin defines which sales document will be used during the checkout process in the web store. The final sales document, which will be created in the ERP system when the order is placed from the Sana web store, should be defined in the web shops table in the ERP system. To define the final sales document which should be created in ERP, you need to select the order type in the order processing settings of the web store.